Okay, chalo. So lunch done?
Yes, ma'am.
Very good. Now we continue with last point with respect to placentation, that is part of diagram. Okay. So we discussed that is placentation. It means that arrangement of sepal and pet, means arrangement of ovule, sorry, on placenta. That called as a simply placentation. Basically, majorly 5 types of placentation is mentioned in exam, in paper. That is marginal, parietal, axial, free central, and basal placentation. But we are taking one extra, that is superficial, which is the one primitive placentation present in water lily. So one by one, we are taking the diagrammatic representation. First of all, talking about marginal placentation. So in first column, we continue the diagram, marginal placentation. So I just write down here the diagrammatic representation for marginal placentation. Word itself represent, that is placenta, these are the present on margin, right? So we just try to draw some diagram. For example, we already discussed marginal placentation is very common in Fabaceae family, and under the Fabaceae family, you can take the two examples. Number one, that is pea plant and the bee plant, beans. So if you discuss any pea plants, that is the fruit of that pea seeds, or you can say that is seed. So it will be having such type of the structure. Now, inside this structure, there is a presence of placenta. Okay. So in that, inside this structure, there is a presence of placenta. If you see, these are the blue color line, which is attached to margin. This blue color line itself, it is represent the placenta. Placenta. If you open that seed, आपने pea seed देखा होगा, that मटर. If you open that matter, ultimately all that seed is aligned at the margin. It is aligned at the center. So definitely that pea seeds, it is aligned. And now where these are the aligned, these are the aligned. Just wait, Sanika. I just complete this diagram. So when we are talking about that is alignment, where this it will be showing the alignment, definitely it is present on the margin. So this mustard color, nothing but we can say these are the margin. On the margin, placenta is present, and now we are represent the structure of ovule. So on the placenta, ovules, they get aligned. So this structure, which is represented by green color, nothing but these are the ovule. So such type of this structure, these are called as a marginal placentation, where ovule, these are situated, sorry, placenta, these are the present on the margin, and on placenta arrangement of ovule. Marginal placentation, placenta present at the margin, and on placenta ovules are located. So these are the first type, which is very much common in case of this Fabaceae family, marginal placentation. Now number second, we are talking about, that is parietal. Parietal placentation. In case of this parietal, I hope you remember, we discussed that is from uni to bilocular ovary pattern is present. Unilocular or the bilocular, and very much common, these are the present in the mustard. अगर आपने घर में देखा होगा in kitchen, अगर आपकी mom cooking कर रही है, so there is a some mustard seeds, right? Rice seeds, mustard seeds. So now what happened, if you see that mustard seed is look like a single seed, but when you crush that, एक try करना, okay, when you crush that, it is separated into two sections, because inside that mustard parietal placentation is present. So now what kind of this arrangement present in that mustard seed? Now suppose these are the mustard seed. These are the single mustard seed. We just discussed there is a presence of placenta, and now that placenta may be unilocular up to bilocular. So now on that surface we just draw, these are the part of placenta. So just check, we are talking about two placenta. So this color, blue color, we represent for the placenta. Now, just we discussed that on the placenta there is a presence of ovule. So these are the arrangement of ovule on placenta. Okay, so just check now what happened. Sometimes there is a formation of wall. Sometimes there is a formation of septa. So between one placenta to another placenta, there is a formation of something wall. And now this white color, which is present between two placenta, these are called as false wall. And that false wall also called as rellum. False wall also called as rellum. Please, there is a one question from the rellum. Rellum basically is present, is belong to parietal category. And where these are the present, it's very much common, it is present in the mustard. Simple example, if you see the mustard seed, it look like a single seed, but when you crush that or if you add inside the oil, so it will be start breaking and it is look like a two compartment, right? So now that's why we can say parietal, initially it is present a unilocular, single chamber is present, but slowly it is converted into bilocular. It's converted into two chamber. So how these are the possible? How it is converted into two chamber? Between two placenta, there is a formation of false wall, and that false wall also called as the rellum. Got it? This point is clear. What is the meaning of rellum? Yes or no? No, Sanika, it is not break actually.
Yes.
Rellum, these are the divide into two chamber. हम कहते हैं ना, that is bilocular ovary. So it is just a hypothetical wall. It is not exactly wall. It's just hypothetical.
Ma'am,
It's
I
a
mean,
false wall.
when we crush it slightly,
Huh?
it will
Huh?
break along the false wall, no?
Huh? It is break. It's not break actually. It is get separated from the false wall. हम उसको break
Yeah,
नहीं
it's
कहेंगे. It's
getting
get separated. हाँ, it is separated. You just crush the mustard seed, you will get the clear cut idea. Got it?
yeah, sorry.
Yeah. So these are the second part, that is parietal, and there is one question already asked, rellum, and where this rellum is present. Very much common in mustard. Now third one, that is axial placentation, which is most common in angiosperm. Chalo, third one. So third part we are talking about, that is axial placentation, which is the most common in angiosperm. Whenever we are talking about under the axial, we discuss that is from bilocular to multilocular ovary pattern. Bi to multi. So we just try to draw something, a trilocular structure. So these are the structure. Now we divide into three chambers. तो हम इसको थ्री चैम्बर्स में इसको डिवाइड कर रहे हैं. Trilocular. Actually, these are the more specific trilocular because three chambers are present. More specific. Okay, trilocular. It's your choice. You can draw bilocular, tri, tetra, penta. But here we are taking mostly trilocular. Now what happened? Now at this point there is a presence of placenta. So for the placenta, I'm using the same color, that is blue color, sky blue color. I'm using the same color. So it is represent for the placenta. And on the placenta, arrangement of ovule. So this green color simply it is represent for the ovule, 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 and the ovule. Got it? So such type of this placentation, these are called as the axial placentation, where that there is a bilocular to multilocular, and now they form the multiple chambers. Bi, tri, tetra, penta, poly, dependent, but they can form such type of this condition. So it is very much common in angiospermic plant, called as the axial placentation. Now next point we are talking about is free central. When we discuss about the free central, it means that it is represent only single unilocular ovary pattern. So we try to draw. We are talking about next type, free central. Under this free central, first of all, we draw the structure of complete carpel. हाँ, like lemon. हमने example देखे ना, lemon is there, China rose, lily, tomatoes. So these are the examples of axial placentation. Chalo. So now we are talking about this free central. First of all, we draw a typical structure of carpel. Okay. So these are the part of stigma, long elongated stack-like structure, that is style, and at the base, these are the part of ovary. Now, I want something light color. Okay. So we are talking at the center, this part. You can use the shaded, but you can use the pencil for the shading. So now we are talking about at this inside this structure, there is an entire structure. Means we can say these are the represent as a what we say, that is it is a represent as a placenta. Now there is a no specific condition. If you see the marginal, that is placenta, it is or located on the margin. In the parietal, it is present toward the opposite pole. In the axial, that placenta is situated at the center. But when we are using the free central, it means that there is a no any wall, no any septa is present. So now what happen if you discuss how the ovules get arranged? So that ovule, it is arranged like this. You can use the pencil for the shading. So it is get arranged like this. Okay. Now we are taking some TS section. इस पार्ट का हम TS section ले रहे हैं. TS that is transverse section. We are taking TS section. Under the microscope, that free central part of ovule, it is look like, these are the part. Now placenta which is present at the free form, and now on this placenta there is an arrangement of ovule, placenta, and on this placenta there is an arrangement of that is particular ovule. So this green color represents the ovule. So if you compare this point with trilocular or with parietal condition, free central, why these are called as the free central? Because there is a no septa. Why these are called as the free central? Because there is a no septa, no wall is present, and due to that characteristic, that such type of this condition, it is called as the free central, because there is a no any wall present, no any compartment. That's why simply these are called as free central. Got it? So just check the diagram. This diagram is actually important, this one, because we represent placenta at the center, and now ovule, they are arranged in free form. There is a no any compartment, no any partition, no any septa. Got it?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, chalo. So now after this free central, we are talking about next part, that is basal. So next part, that is basal. Inside this basal, we are talking about, these are the most advanced technique, most advanced, which is present in sunflower and the wheat. Why these are called as the most advanced? Because it will be showing the just unilocular. So I just try to draw the structure. Again, we draw the structure of stigma. Now these are the style, and at the base there is a presence of ovary. Typical structure of simple carpel. Now placenta is present here. These are the present of placenta. And now on the placenta there is arrangement of ovule, and if you see single ovule is present. Single ovule. And such type of this basal placentation, these are the most advanced because it's showing the reduction process. If you compare the other part, so many ovules are present, right? Even in marginal, many ovules present, in parietal also. many ovules present. Axial may be many ovules, even precentral also. But basal, these are the one and only one where we can represent only single ovule. And we know that after the fertilization, that single ovule, it is converted into seed, single seed. And that's why we can say these are the most advanced technique, most advanced placentation. Those are showing the reduction process. Got it? Yes or no? Okay, Sham. Chalo. And the last one, that is superficial. So superficial, these are the basically most primitive, because in this scenario, placenta, it is cover or all the boundary of particular ovary. So we try to draw such diagram. Size is vary. Of course, yes. Species change, size of the ovule and ovary also change, right? So we are talking about last point, superficial. Superficial. This is the most primitive. Now, simply we are trying to draw the placentation. Actually, we already discussed superficial. These are the multilocular. So, बहुत सारे chamber present है. So, your choice. You can draw many chambers. Multilocular. Now, in this situation, if you want to draw the structure of placenta. So, placenta, these are the cover, all the boundary, all the surface. So, the sky blue color represent placenta. So, I'll try to write down here placenta. So, if you see that placenta, it is cover all the margin, is cover all the boundary. That's why we can say these are the primitive one, superficial, which is present in primitive organism, and as well as it is still present in water lily. And we know that where the placenta is present, on placenta there is an arrangement of ovule. So now inside this placenta, many ovules can present. हम थोड़े से दिखा रहे. So these are the presence of ovule. So such type of placentation technique, these are called as the superficial, which is the most primitive and very much common in water lily. Got it? Done? Yes, Rishika, sure. So we are taking the all part, entire part together. So first of all, see the diagram part. So these are the part of diagram with respect to from marginal up to superficial. Done, Rishikesh? Okay, Sanika, check the entire part.
Yes, ma'am, done.
Just see. So we discuss classification. First of all, we discuss the ovary pattern. Then we are talking about a specific characteristic. And under this point, marginal, the parietal, we are simply giving the dash because there is no specific characteristic. Again, face central also don't have any specific characteristic, but axial most common in angiosperm, basal most advanced, and the superficial most primitive. With examples, and finally we are taking diagrammatic representation. So these are the end with the placentation. Last point of gynoecium, we are talking about position of style. Last point. Should I erase this point?
Ma'am,
Huh?
the exile type, is it anything like it is present mostly in citric? Because lemon and tomato is given.
Obviously, no. It's mostly present in all type of angiosperm. You can say citrus fruit also because lemon ho gaya, oranges ho gaya, tomatoes, all these are the citrus fruit or citrus fruit.
Okay, ma'am.
Okay. Now, so next part, last point of this gynoecium, position of style. So write down the title, position of style. So divide your page into 3 parts. So we are talking about terminal, lateral, and the gynobasic. 1, 2, three. So first of all, we are talking about that is terminal style compared with the lateral one. Lateral style, I hope you remember, we are talking about style part, means below the stigma part. And the another one that is gynobasic style. Gynobasic style, it's very much common in Ocimum. And we already discussed Ocimum means that is common name Tulsi. It is very much common in Ocimum. That is Tulsi. And what is meaning of gynobasic style? It means that style arises from base of ovary. Style arise from base of ovary. So we try to understand by diagram. So now in this condition, suppose we are talking about these are the part of ovary part. Okay, just ovary. And now what happened? From that ovary, normally we style हम किस तरह से draw करते हैं? We draw from the above the head portion. Head of that ovary. So these are the part of ovary. So normally we draw style from above the structure. But now what happened in case of this gynobasic condition? In case of that gynobasic condition, now that part of this style, it is arise from the base. Base means what? We are talking from this point. So it is arise from the base. It's not touched to the exactly base bottom, but it arise from the base. So these are the part of that style part. And now there is a presence of stigma. So this part of the stigma, below that is part of this ovary. And now this yellow color represent that is part of style. And what is meaning of that gynobasic? That is style, it is arise from the base of the ovary. Very common in case of Ocimum, that is Tulsi. Second point, that is lateral. Lateral is again very common in case of mango. I hope if you see that mango seed, basically that mango seed, that is what we say, that is a style basically of that gynoecium, it is arise from the lateral side. So what happened? These are the part of ovary. The bottom wala part is that is ovary. Here same we are taking that is ovary. But now what happened? That style portion is not arise from the center. It is arise from the lateral position, from one side. So these are the part of style. So simply we can say these are the part of this style, and what is the position? These are the lateral position. And on the upper structure, there is a presence of the stigma. So such type of this typical structure, these are called as a lateral style, which is very common in case of mango. And if finally we are talking about this terminal style. Terminal style, it is common in China rose, in hibiscus also. China rose also called as hibiscus because hibiscus having the different species and the subspecies. So it's very large group. So China rose, in case of the China rose, basically that is style arise from tip of ovary. Style arise from tip of ovary. Okay, tip of ovary. So we try to draw this diagram. So now these are the part of stigma. Now long elongated tube-like structure, that is style, and at the base there is a presence of ovary. So if you see, these are the ovary part, and now from the tip of ovary, from terminal position, from apex position, origin of style. So these are the three basic methods which is come under the position of style: terminal style, lateral style, and the gynobasic style. Got this point? It's very simple. Done?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, chalo. So these are the end with the gynoecium. Now we are talking about this last point of this chapter, Florer family. And for your school examination, I think Fabaceae family is excluded. You have only two families. Number one, that is Solanaceae and the Liliaceae. But if you check the practical syllabus, so in case of practical, they mention Brassicaceae also. So we are just taking some information about the Brassicaceae family, like formula and the diagram. Otherwise, we have to focus on the two families. Number one, potato family and the Liliaceae family. But for the NEET examination, Fabaceae is included. तो हम साइड बाय साइड Fabaceae अभी कंपेयर करेंगे because Fabaceae, Solanaceae family and the Liliaceae family, they have some comparison points, so it is very easy to understand. So for now I'm taking all family according to your need, but remember for your examination, no Fabaceae family it is included. Okay, so now
Excuse me, ma'am.
hmm,
Where does lateral style arise from?
from the lateral position,
Okay,
from here,
thank you.
from here, that's the lateral position, like this, है ना?
Okay, ma'am, thank you.
Yeah. So next point we are talking about, that is Florer family, means angiospermic family. Before starting the family, we have to understand some terminology, some symbols, because family it is represented in symbols. So one by one, we are talking about, that is symbols. If we are using the short form, that is BR, please write down continuously. Okay. BR means we are talking about, that is flower. It consists of bract. That is bracketed flower. It consists of bract. Bract, basically these are the portion which is present below the sepal. So for example,
Ma'am, differentiation is done.
हाँ differentiation done better. Okay. So ये जो structure है on the flower, this structure it is called as the bract. This swollen part, these are called as the thalamus. ये हम देख चुके. That green portion, these are called as the sepal. Now that's blue color called as the petal. Orange color part of androecium, and the center part of the gynoecium. So these are the typical position of flower. But what is the meaning of bract? In some flower, below that thalamus portion, there is a presence of some reduced structure. Reduced structure, maybe it is a green color. Sepal to होते ही होते, but except sepal, there is a presence of some bract. So if that bract is present, simply it is called as, that is bracketed flower, represented in symbol BR. Okay, BR. Got it? This point is clear. If symbol is EBR, it means that that is E bracketed flower, bracket is absent. E bracketed flower, it means that typical structure of flower, it is totally absent. Means, sorry, bract is absent. I'll just erase this part. So E bracketed, it means that that is bract absent, without bract. Now, if symbol is like this, tell me quickly, if this symbol called as, quickly tell me, if this symbol, such symbol called as, which flower? Which flower? And if sign is like a percentage, so this symbol called as which flower?
One carpel.
No.
Actinomorphic and zygomorphic.
Yes. So this symbol represent for the actinomorphic. It means that you can cut at any plane, it is divided into equal part. Actinomorphic. and this percentage means you have to cut at specific angle. Then it is divided into two sections called as the zygomorphic. Okay, actinomorphic and the zygomorphic. Now quickly tell me next symbol. अगर symbol ऐसे होगा, this one male or female, so such condition represent as, such condition is represent as unisexual or bisexual.
Unisexual.
So this condition represent for the unisexual female because first symbol is female and the next symbol for the male respectively. Male or sorry, female or male. Now next condition, that is this symbol. So we already discussed if such type of the symbol is present, called as which flower?
Bisexual.
Bisexual.
This symbol, these are the bisexual. Now if we are talking about capital K represent for capital K. Mute your mic. Okay, these are the stand. K stand for calyx. If Kn hoga and if K inside the bracket, so quickly tell me how we represent. Only Kn and K into bracket. N represent number of calyx, or that is number of sepal. N represent number of sepal. Simply. Okay. Unfused or fused calyx. So simply we can say in proper language, we already discussed this part, Rishikesh. When there is a free form, it means that it's represent polysepalous. Got it? Polysepalous. It means that free form of sepal. And the another one, if fusion, called as gamocephalous. हमारे मराठी में एक प्रोवर्ब है, पुढचं पाठ आणि पाठीमागचं सपाट. सच में एप्लीकेबल है अभी ये. वी आर गोइंग फॉरवर्ड, बट जो प्रीवियस का पार्ट है आप कुछ रिवीजन ही नहीं कर रहे उस चीज का. ओके, so polysepalous, that is represent without free form, without fusion, and gamo means represent the fusion. Now quickly tell me if capital C present, then Cn, and third one, that is C inside this bracket N. So how we represent? C stand for corolla. Very good. C stand for the corolla. If corolla free means polypetalous. ये petal है, so this condition is represent for the polypetalous. And if these are the join, gamopetalous. Okay. Now, just tell me if capital P is present. So this stand for capital P. Capital P. Capital P stand for perianth, where sepal and petal morphologically similar, and these are simply called as stepal. Now, capital A stand for part of androecium, male reproductive part. अगर कुछ इस तरह से कंडीशन होगा, for example, there is a presence of androecium and the corolla, and there is a bind between, there is a joining between these conditions. So can you tell me the the androecium, that is stamen attached to petals, stamen attached to corolla. So this condition called as, quickly tell me.
Epipetalous.
Yes, these are the epipetalous condition. So this situation called as the epipetalous, where stamen attached to corolla. Now, if this scenario, androecium is there and that androecium it is attached to perianth. Now, this scenario called as
Epiphyllous.
So this scenario called as the epiphyllous, where androecium it is attached to perianth. And finally, last point, that is androecium it is attached to gynoecium. Simply it is called as the gynoandroecious. So that is gynoandroecious condition. Gynoandrous condition.
Ma'am, please scroll up a bit.
Now, next condition. If capital G I'm using this half page now. If we are talking about capital G, it's represent for the gynoecium, female reproductive part. If quickly tell me, if capital G but below the bar, capital G, now bar it is present on the head. If capital G, that is only N, and capital G inside the bracket N. So quickly tell me the meaning of all this symbol, because we already discussed we have to taking one formula with related to floral family. So for that formula we have to know the meaning of all this condition. So if G below the bar called as which type of this ovary? Superior ovary. Right? Now such type of this ovary? Inferior ovary. Yes. So such type of this ovary pattern inferior. If GN, it means that gynoecium present in free form. Condition apocarpus. And if gynoecium, carpels, these are the fused, called as
Synocarpus.
Syncarpus. It is not cyno, it's a syn. Syncarpus. So superior ovary, inferior ovary, apocarpus, and syncarpus. Got it? Yes or no? Okay. And the last symbol, last one. If there is a presence of dot, only dot is present, like this. These are the last one, okay? Only dot is present. So such dot represent posterior side of flower. It is represent posterior side of flower, or in other language we can say that is mother axis. These are also called as the mother axis. Mute your mic. So I try to tell you one thing. What is meaning of posterior and the anterior side in formula? Means in flower position actually. Markstone, your mic is on, Baba. So next condition we are talking about, that is position. Just assume these are the part of axis, that is floral axis. Now from the floral axis there is the origin of flower. So now these are the very beautiful attractive flower. This site of flower, ये जो site है, this site it is called as the anterior site. Anterior side of flower. And the base side, this side, this one, which is it is get originated. So this side basically called as the posterior, or simply it is called as the mother axis. Got it? तो ये जो हमने structure draw किया, these are the simple structure of flower, and this flower it is has the axis. If you are talking about that is above, that is anterior, and at the bottom where it is get originated, flower it is get originated, that point simply it is called as the posterior or the mother axis. So when you want to represent the posterior side of the flower, we simply give the only dot. So where that dot is present, it means that that is the posterior side of that flower. Got it? Yes or no?
Yes, ma'am.
Is point clear? Okay, so these are the some symbols. It's very easy. If your concept is clear about the gynoecium, androecium, carpel, the corolla, so we'll get clear-cut idea. What is meaning of K, C, fusion means what, free form means what. So these are the some symbols which is normally used in floral family. Got it?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, chalo. So now divide your page into 3 sections. Now we are taking family information from habitat up to diagrammatic representation. So we require the quite large space actually. So manage your page according to that, and please start from the new page because बहुत सारे points है. 10 to 12 points are there with examples. Okay, chalo. So we are talking about that is family, floral family. So divide your page into 3 parts. So when we are talking about that is family, number one, very much common family, that is pea family or the beans family, that is Fabaceae. Anika, what you said? Of course, Anika. That's why we are using this symbol now. There is a one technique how to read a diagram. Yes, you can write down vertical. No problem, Yash. You can. So we are talking about first family, Fabaceae family. We know that suffix CEAE when we are talking about this family. CEAE, that is Fabaceae family. Number second, Solanaceae family. CEAE, and Solanaceae family also called as the potato family. Potato family. And the last one, that is Liliaceae family. Liliaceae. CEAE. Or simply you can say that is lily family. So these are the 3 families. So for your school examination, only 2 families these are included. Solanaceae and the Liliaceae, no Fabaceae family. Okay, but NEET में तीनों है, so we are taking 3 all together because just only few minutes are required to explain the Fabaceae. Okay, should I continue? We are talking about first of all from habit. Okay, chalo. So we are going very slowly because we have to compare each and every point, and there is some trick. Without any more practice, you can easily understand. These are the example belonging to Fabaceae. This one, the Solanaceae, and there's only Liliaceae. So these are the one trick to understand the family. First of all, in case of Fabaceae, we are taking first character, that is habit. What kind of this habit is present? Means these are the herb category, shrub category, or trees, or these are the grasses. So we are talking about that is habit, not habitat. Okay, habitat means where they can survive. Habit means wood present, a woody part is present, it's absent, it's delicate, or it is strong. So we are talking about according to that habit part. So under the Fabaceae, first of all, we are taking the first point. Habit Fabaceae, it is present in herb category, as well as it is present in shrub category, and as well as these are the present in trees. So I hope you remember when we are talking about that is herb, very delicate stem part without woody material. Shrub में wood particle is present, and tree means these are the higher vascular plant. Trunk is present, secondary growth is present. So three categories, that is herb category, shrub category, and the trees, these are the present in case of Fabaceae. For the Solanaceae, same as it is, herb भी present होगा, shrub also there, as well as we can observe the trees also. But when we are talking about Liliaceae family, they are showing perennial growth, slow growth, prolonged growth. So this Liliaceae family, these are consist of perennial. I hope you remember, हमने perennial देखा था during the lichen. Perennial means what? Showing the slow growth. So definitely these are the included into herb category, but more specific, these are perennial herb, means those are showing slow growth. Got it? So this point is clear with respect to habitat. In case of Fabaceae, herb shrub tree, same for the Solanaceae, but in case of this Liliaceae, there is a quite different, that is perennial herb. So first point, that is with respect to habit. You can give the number also. First, that is habit. Okay. Now, number second, stem कैसे होगा? Part of stem. After the habit, we are talking about stem, structure of stem. When we are talking about that is stem structure, basically these are the herbaceous or maybe stem, these are the woody. So we are talking about two categories. Stem maybe herbaceous, that is herb category, or maybe these are the woody. Okay. Or in second category, maybe stem solid, or from inside they may be hollow. So these are the conditions for your stem. For the NEET examination, I tell you there is no question on habitat, stem pattern, leaf, inflorescence. जो कुछ भी question आएंगे, that question on formula, examples and the diagram for the NEET. But for school, I think you have to do all this part. That is first part, that is stem. Stem may be herbaceous or maybe woody, and that stem, it is from the inner side. Maybe these are the hollow or maybe these are the solid. Now for the family Solanaceae, this both point as it is. So you can write down please as it is. Such type of both types, these are the as it is. And among these two, 1, 2, I'm adding the another third one. Because Solanaceae family also called as the which family? Potato family. And inside this potato, tuber is very common. So stem, these are the part of tuber. So inside this potato, stem also called as the stem means nothing but these are the one type of modified stem which is come under the tuber. So stem part, first 2 points, these are the similar like a Fabaceae. Stem may be herbaceous, stem may be woody part. Stem may be solid or may be hollow. But third point, which is included specifically in Solanaceae family, presence of tuber. So जब हम morphology chapter देखेंगे, we discuss the modification of stem, underground stem, subaerial stem, aerial stem. So that time we discuss the tuber. Got it, Sanika? Sanika, zoom out किया ना बाबा?
Yes, ma'am.
This part is done. This part is done.
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, so these 2 points, okay, first and the second part, these are the as it is, which is matched to Fabaceae. Please write down completely. Don't give the tick mark. Now, this point we compare with the Liliaceae family. Under the Liliaceae family, basically, specifically, there is a presence of underground stem. Underground stem. Because generally when we are talking about that plant stem, it is present above the soil area. but there is a such type of this modification also present where we can say that is underground stem. So under this underground stem, simply we can say these are the category. Number one, you can take the example of bulb. Actually, these are the part of stem which is excluded from your syllabus. So bulb, and the example for the bulb, that is onion. Onion, remember this point, it is not any fruit, it is not any leafy structure. Onion, these are the one type of stem, that is underground stem. Now another condition, that is corm. For the corm example, you can take the example, that is colchicum. C capital underline because genus name colchicum. And the another example you can take, that is rhizome, which is again underground stem. And for the rhizome, simply you can take the example, that is Polygonatum. Polygonatum. So these are the example under the underground stem. More specific type of this stem, because just we discussed stem, it is divided into three types. Underground stem means stem present inside the soil. Sub area means some portion of the stem it is below the soil and above the soil, 50-50% scenario. And normally हम जो देखते हैं, that is the aerial stem, that is stem it is exposed to environment above the soil area. But when we are talking about that liliaceae, presence of underground stem. And underground stem, these are the types actually. Bulb category are there, corm are there, rhizome are there. So these are such category which is come under the Liliaceae family. Got it? If you are not remember this point, you just write down underground stem. तभी भी आपको marks मिल जाएगा. No need to remember bulb, corm, rhizome, because you have to understand what is the meaning of bulb. That time you can correlate with that stem part. Now, third part, that is leaf. Leaves, not leaf, we are taking leaves, many leaves. So in case of these leaves, basically there is a presence of reticulate venation. Presence of reticulate venation. What is meaning of reticulate venation? Simply, these are the structure of the leaf. Okay, these are the structure of the leaf. If you observe leaf very carefully, that inside this leaf there is a presence of many ventlets. We know that is midrib is present, veins are also present. But now that veins, these are the present in reticulate manner like this. All that veins it is present, it form a network. So what is this? These are the nothing but we are talking about these are the different veins, and that veins it is arranged in the form of network. What they form? They form a typical type of network. So such type of venation. Venation means what? Arrangement of vein inside the leaf. These are the part of leaf actually. What is meaning of venation? Arrangement. Ha, very good, Praneet. Venation means what? That is arrangement of veins inside this leaf. So such type of this condition is called as a reticulate venation. And what is meaning of reticulate means they can form a network. Got it? Now, along with that reticulate venation, there is a presence of simple as well as the compound leaf. So simple leaf भी present होगा, as well as there is a presence of compound leaf. Okay, so we are taking such simple and compound leaf. We are taking part is later because it's quite a larger part. So just remember, simple leaf means single leaf, and the compound leaf means many leaves, like curry leaves. So just I'll try to draw this diagram. For example, these are the simple leaf, single leaf. These are called as the simple leaf. And when on that axis, same axis, if there is a presence of many leaves, for example, we are taking these are the axis, and on that axis so many leaves are present. जिस तरह से होते हैं ना curry leaves, जिस तरह से होते हैं कड़ी पत्ता, that curry leaves it is present like this. that on the same axis many leaves are present. So such type of this arrangement, these are called as the compound leaf. Got it? Simple leaf means what? Only single leaf. Like you can take that is hibiscus leaf, simple leaf, a people leaf. These are the simple leaf. But now on the same stem, if so many leaves are arranged, like curry leaves or neem leaves, so such type of this arrangement called as the compound leaf system. Got it? Pranil, just wait. I'll continue the root part after that. Because it's in Pranil, it's in case of that condition, basically leaves are present, but more specifically, these are called as the adventitious root. Means root, these are the adventitious, which is present in carrot, beet. We'll discuss later because there is a three types of root: taproot, fibrous root, and the adventitious root. तो जब तक ये basic नहीं होगा, तब तक आपको समझ में नहीं आएगा.
Okay, ma'am. Thank you.
Okay, so we'll discuss
Okay, ma'am.
parties later during the regular classes.
Okay.
Yeah. So these are the leaf structure which is present in case of Fabaceae family, reticulate venation, simple leaf, and the compound leaf. Now we compare this point with the remaining two families, potato family and the lily family. So first of all, we are talking about under the potato. Same condition present in case of this potato. Simply we can say there is a presence of reticulate venation, and just we discussed what is meaning of reticulate. Veins are present, but that veins they form a network. Reticulate venation. As well as there is a presence of the simple leaf, as well as there is a presence of compound leaf. Okay, and now when we are compare this point with the Liliaceae, it does not having reticulate venation. Liliaceae, it is consist of parallel venation. Or simply it is consist of only simple leaf, no compound leaf. So I try to draw this diagram. What is meaning of parallel venation? Veins, these are the arranged in parallel manner. So for example, if you see that banana leaves basically it will be present. They consist of this parallel venation. So for example, these are the leaf. Inside this leaf, now there is a presence of that is midrib. So if you observe that all that veins, they are parallel to each other like this. No network. सीधा, maybe pattern अलग अलग हो सकता है, maybe straight lines are there, but if you see they are parallel, all veins parallels to each other. And such type of this venation pattern, these are called as a parallel venation. So reticulate, they can present in any direction. किसी तरह network form करता है, complex network, reticulate venation. And that parallel venation, which is present in case of Liliaceae family. Got it?
Zoom out a bit.
Done. Okay, chalo. Now next point we are talking about, that is inflorescence, because we already discussed cymose and the racemose, two types of inflorescence. So fourth category, fourth point with respect to inflorescence. Simply we are talking about under this Fabaceae family, racemose type of inflorescence, but remaining two presence of cymose. So I hope you remember what is meaning of racemose and what is meaning of cymose. So only Fabaceae family, they are showing the racemose type of this inflorescence, where that apex tip it is free, showing the unlimited growth, while both, that is Solanaceae family as well as there is Lily family, Liliaceae family, both are showing the cymose type where on the tip there is a presence of mature leaf. That's why tip is not free, apex region is not free, showing which type of growth? Limited growth. Got it? So racemose, cymose, cymose. These are the type 4 point for the inflorescence. Now next one, number 4, flower. With respect to flower, just quickly tell me. We are giving this symbol and along with that we are representing like this. So what is meaning of that? We are representing in symbol. Just we discuss what is the meaning of that symbol.
It is bisexual.
And percentage sign is represent for what?
Zygomorphic.
Zygomorphic. So very good. So in case of Fabaceae family, flower is bisexual plus zygomorphic. While in case of Liliaceae family as well as potato family, flower, these are the bisexual. In three condition, it's very common, okay? Presence of bisexual flower, but only in case of Fabaceae there is a presence of zygomorphic flower, but rest of two presence of actinomorphic flower. Bisexual, 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 then zygomorphic, actinomorphic and actinomorphic flower. Got it? Should I continue?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, chalo. Next point we are talking about with respect to calyx, corolla, androecium and the gynoecium, one by one. So first of all, number 6, we are talking about outermost layer, that is calyx. Just wait. So for the calyx, screen is a bit closer. Just wait. Okay, done. So number 6 part we are talking about, that is part of calyx. So calyx is single letter code is represented by the K. In case of family, that is Fabaceae family, there is a presence of K5, but that 5 these are the showing the fusion. So simply we can represent like that is K, that is for the calyx, and now number of the sepals total 5, but they are few, so 5 inside this bracket. Same condition for the Solanaceae family also. K present, but now that K total number of the 5 sepals, but all that 5 sepals it will be showing the fusion. And when we are talking about perionth, perionth means what? That is Liliaceae family. So in case of Liliaceae family, we are not using the symbol K. At the place of K, simply we are using the symbol that is capital P. So capital P होगा, P represent the perion. Two conditions are there. 3 plus 3 means 3 present toward the outer side, 3 present toward the inner side, means without fusion. Or sometime you can represent perion into bracket 3 plus 3. So both conditions are present. Okay. So now without
And in the
fusion
middle
also there.
column, it is 5 in the bracket, no?
These are the K, and inside this bracket 5 petals. Sorry, 5 sepals. Because we are talking about that is calyx. Got it? So for Fabaceae solanis
Yes.
it's same. For the Liliaceae, these are the P's. Very simple to understand the family. That is, if P is present, now you can directly take on the answer, that is Liliaceae. It's a just keyword. P present means Liliaceae family. Now, after this calyx, now 7, that is corolla. Presence of corolla, and we know that in single letter code, corolla it is represent for the capital C. I hope you remember. Specifically, we discuss inside this Fabaceae family, there is a presence of vexillary estivation. Got it? And inside this vexillary estivation, we discuss C1 plus 2 plus 2, but inside the bracket. So C1 plus 2 plus 2, and the last 2, these are the inside the bracket. So such type of this estivation arrangement simply called as vexillary. Remember? So vexillary estivation or vexillary type of this arrangement is very much common in case of Fabaceae family. C1 plus 2 and 2 into bracket means they are showing the fusion. Now, when we are talking about in case of the Solanaceae family, they are showing the velvet type of this estivation. Simply we can represent that is capital C and 5 present inside the bracket. And in case of that, what we say? Liliaceae family, just give the tick mark because there is a presence of perion. Maybe there is a presence of P 3 plus 3, or maybe there is a presence of P inside this bracket 3 plus 3, bracket complete. Simple condition. Okay. Because in case of perion, there is a no specific category like sepal and the petal. So simply in both type, we can represent as a perion. That's it. Chalo. Now next point, that is androecium. Just 1 second. Chalo. So number 8, androecium. Get frozen again. Yeah, okay. Chalo, it's okay now. Further part we'll discuss in next class. Chalega? So now tomorrow there is no extra class, but maybe Thursday I'll manage for the 1 hour because we just few parties left. We want to take just diagrammatic representation and with examples because almost we cover up to corolla. Androecium is left, gynoecium is left, placenta. This part is left with examples, and finally that is diagram and the specific, that is with respect to brassica. So further part we will discuss in next class. Got it?
Ma'am, how many pages should we leave
For what? For that
for
family?
this part? Yeah, morphology part.
Only
Whole
one page.
chapter.
Complete 1 page, okay? Front, back, entire 1 page.
Okay, ma'am.
Okay, fine. Chalo. So we'll see you tomorrow. Bye-bye. Thank you.
Thank you, ma'am.